I think we're talking a great deal about big data these days. We're talking about the need for, about how there's all this information floating out there, both about ourselves as well as other people, and there's these millions of data points. And I think Silver is perhaps the single best advocate that I can think of for talking about big data. Because what he's really saying is that your single data point is interesting, but when you have so many data points, it becomes a much, much more powerful predictive tool. And so it's not just an abstract conversation about big data, but it's really about taking different points of information, aggregating them, and then, at least in his case, getting a much better picture than you would have gotten had you done, say, one poll or one survey. And so from the point of view of students, I would think this is a really, really important insight, because one of the things they're going to be called upon to do as they go forward in their careers as students, and then when they get out of here from Maryland, they get jobs, it's really important that they can understand data and how useful it can be. I think the biggest skill that he, in a way, seems to argue for or advocate for is being able to think critically about the information that you get, and about the importance of getting multiple sources of information, and being able to sort of stitch it together and try to get a whole picture of something. You'll never get the complete picture, but certainly if you're going to look at multiple sources and you're going to look at different types of data, you're going to be aware of, how you think about something, but where the information may not be quite that, but maybe something else. So I think the biggest thing that he really does is to sort of make a case for people to think critically about what information they get, how they get it, and how they evaluate it. And I think for students that's really critical, because once they come into college, particularly as freshmen, they've spent a long time, sort of reading other people's stuff and putting it out there. And now I think we're sort of asking them to step it up some and asking them to evaluate information on their own. It's not good enough to say so-and-so says. It's really important to be able to take different pieces of information and create an argument for a position or against a position. And so I think one of the biggest things that Silver's book does is to get students to think in that way.